Hey guys, welcome back to InventBox, where the solution is right around the corner. In today's video, I'm going to be doing another Blender video, and I'm going to be showing you how to use the node editor and the principled shaders. So let's get started. First, let's bring down another tab from the top. And actually, before we do that, let's just bring that up. And we're going to delete the square. So just click delete or X and then create monkey. And this will give us some good curves and stuff. So right now this is pretty low poly. So let's go over here to modifiers, add modifier, and subdivide. Subdivide again. And one more time. Alright, there is good. So now it's a very smooth surface. Smooth enough for what we need. What we're going to do is bring down from the top another view. Now we're going to change this here to node editor. So now we have our node editor. So come back over here to your 3D view and give your part a material. What we're going to do is give it kind of a red color. Like that. Yeah. So now, actually, first, it's very important to switch to cycles before you do that. So let's close that real quick. Bring it down. Now change this back to node editor. There we go. Okay, so here is our node editor. So actually what we're going to do is click on diffuse BSDF and just delete it. We don't need that anymore. And then do Shift A. And that'll add. And go over here to input, not output. Input shader. No, it's shader, excuse me. There's a lot of different options. So go over here to shader and principled BSDF. And then click where you want it. I'm going to set this right here. And then click and drag from the green dot over here to surface. So that goes right over to surface. And now let's change our base color to something red. And subsurface color. Let's get that right there. So now what we can do is change this view to rendered. And to give it some more lighting, we can just come down from the bottom and just make a plane. Get a little bigger. Bring it down a little bit. Add emission. Take it down a little bit. So now we have some lighting so we can actually see what's going on. Let's go back to rendered. And say you want this to look plasticky. So reselect this. Obviously right now it does not really look like plastic. It just kind of, it's just a normal model. So if we want, we can add some metallic. And that'll give it some shine. You can take off the roughness. And now it's extremely glossy. Or you can add some of the roughness back. And that looks pretty shiny and smooth. You can add, let's actually make this a little wider so you can read everything. You can add a little bit of a clear coat. And a little bit of tint. And then clear coat roughness. And if we want to change our base color, I think I'm going to change it more to a blue. I like blue better. So, take metallic down just a little bit more. And different options like that, you can change really to whatever you want. And that looks plasticky. Metal, if you want, you can try to get it kind of to a metal color. Like that. And then full metallic. And then this is what true metal would look like with zero roughness in a perfect world, but of course, there's always going to be scale on the metal, and it's not going to be perfect. So we're going to take the roughness up a little bit to make it look more realistic. And then there's all this stuff you can add and change and just fiddle around with it and tweak it until it looks like what you want. Now what we can do is, I'm going to select this again, and to make it a little smoother, I'm going to subdivide it one more time, and you can see it's starting to really process a lot more because it just doubled the amount of faces. So actually, if you want to see how many faces there are, if we go into solid mode and then go back to edit mode, that is how many faces there are right there. It's just solid black. So it's really smooth. So back up to rendered. There's your metallic metal look to it. Take a little bit of the roughness off. So that looks like metal. And you can just play with this to get whatever texture or stuff you want. And what you would have to do before, and the reason why the principled is much better, the principled shader, is before you would have to have 3 different things, and it's a lot more complicated if you just wanted it to kind of make it look like plastic. And with the newer-ish version of Blender, I'm using Blender 2.79b, so that's the newest version out at the time of this recording. They just released this in that version, and hopefully they'll keep it in the rest of the versions because it's a lot easier than what you had to do before. So I hope this video was useful. If it was, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Talk to you then.